fellow movie buffs and film connoisseurs, it is your self-proclaimed Cinema Shogun here. And about a month or so ago, I made the point on my channel that once SJWs come to the realization that us comic book readers are slowly making the transition from Americanized comic books over to manga and anime, that they too would attempt to make the transition in an attempt to ruin everything we know and love. And once those reports started rolling in about how the American comic book industry is dying and how comic book sales are slumping while manga sales are through the roof, I knew it was only a matter of time before the SJWs came and sunk their teeth right into anime and destroyed it from the inside out. And ladies and gentlemen, in just a few weeks since I've made that statement, it looks like the war on anime has begun, and it's already escalating quickly because these SJWs decided to come straight for the head. Just like Thanos said in Infinity War that you should have aimed for the head, SJWs took no time. They took no time in going straight for the head, and they went for one of the most popular animes and mangas of all time in the Dragon Ball franchise, and they have now gotten Dragon Ball Super canceled overseas over some sexual harassment claims. Now let's go ahead and dive into this article, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts. Dragon Ball Super gets canceled overseas over sexual harassment claims. Dragon Ball Super has been out for years now, but the show continues to find new fans by the day. From the manga to the series reruns, there are lots of ways to check in on the title, and these outlets are huge in South America. But now, it seems like one country has canceled Dragon Ball Super amidst an ongoing debate concerning Master Roshi. Now, when I heard this news, I knew it was going to be Master Roshi. I knew it had to be Master Roshi. All right, well, let's go. If you need some context, let's wind things back a bit. Dragon Ball Super saw its TV animes close several years ago in anticipation of its first movie. The series has not made a return since, so regions all over the world are simply re-airing Dragon Ball Super. This is very common in South America and Mexico, given how big Dragon Ball is in these regions. However, the capital city of Argentina is no longer seeing eye to eye with the anime. Not long ago, Buenos Aires Department of Communication released a statement in regards to Dragon Ball Super. The note went live after an episode aired that leads into the Tournament of Power. It was there that fans watched as Master Roshi took an odd training session, and the man's perverted ways have gotten the show canceled now. I know what they're talking about. According to the official statement, the Department of Public Defense was sent a complaint by the Ministry of Women, Gender, Politics, and Sexual Diversity. The latter filed a complaint after constituents provided I'm sorry, it's hard for me to take this seriously. Oh my God. Woo! Where are we at in today's world? They filed complaints after their reactions of the most recent Dragon Ball Super episode. As for the people in question, it happened to be the one where Roshi, the episode in question, it happened to be the one where Roshi recruited Puar to transform into a lovely young lady. The perverted teacher asked Puar to do this so Roshi could overcome his weakness because he knows he's too perverted for his own good. By the end of his training, Roshi says he has overcome the need to sexualize women, but only on the battlefield. And oh my God, do you really cancel Dragon Ball Super over this minuscule bullcrap? Master Roshi has been a pervert for years. For as long as I've been alive, Master Roshi has been on air somewhere being a pervert. And I don't think it's ever been in a dangerous way. You know, I know what episode they're talking about. He basically asked Puar to turn into a hot girl so he could try to overcome his obsession with hot girls so he could go out there on the battlefield and not get distracted. And it was kind of like, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, it was a funny thing because, you know, we all know Master Roshi, we all know his perverted ways, and to see Master Roshi acknowledge that he's a pervert and try to battle through it, he's trying to get better. He's trying to get better. At the very least, This is probably the best that we've seen from Master Roshi because he's acknowledged that he's had a problem and he's trying to get better. But these people have a problem with it and they've canceled the whole freaking show over Master Roshi. How soft do you have to be to remove a whole show off of air from your entire country over one little scene? But let's go ahead and dive more into the article because I could go off all day, trust me. This episode is a bit sketchy, but authorities in Buenos Aires were far from amused. The executives are officially accusing Roshi of engaging in sexual abuse. Master Roshi is not a real fucking person. Okay? Master Roshi is a freaking cartoon character. And he is now being accused of engaging in sexual abuse. That is where we are at in society. Please, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have to stop in the middle of reading this article, but listen, man. This is where we're at in today's society. Just sit there and think about it. I'm going to give a moment of silence. That's where we're at right now, people. A freaking cartoon character is officially accused of engaging in sexual abuse by authorities, not by regular people. The authorities are accusing him of this. What are you going to do, freaking arrest him? Lord Jesus, people are freaking idiots. All right, let's go ahead and read some more. Now Cartoon Network and Warner Media are pulling Dragon Ball Super from the air in Buenos Aires and much of Argentina following the complaint. Of course, this could change in the future, but for now, it seems like Roshi has ruined a good thing for Goku and the gang. I knew a couple of months ago, when I made that statement that SJWs were going to start, focusing their attention on anime and manga. Because they've already come in, they've already ruined Western pop culture and Western comics, So they have to move on to something else. Once they come in, they suck everything dry. They suck all the funness out of it. They ruin the entire fan base. Then they move on to destroy something else. And it's been no secret that a lot of people have started making the transition from being comic book fans, people who read Marvel and DC, over to manga. I am one of those people. I'm someone who's been collecting comics, toys, and all that stuff my whole life, but I cannot read American comics anymore. It's gotten to that point where even as of recently, I was trying to hold out, and I would go to the comic book shop because I'm a strong believer in supporting the local comic book shops, and I would try to cherry pick certain titles that maybe aren't too woke and just too cringy and bad, but man, it became to the point where I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it anymore, and I decided that I would go pick up some manga for the first time in my entire life. Now, back in the day, I used to be a fan of anime. I used to watch anime here and there. I've always been a huge, huge, huge Dragon Ball fan. Dragon Ball was life back in the day. But I've never really read manga. I didn't keep up with Naruto and Bleach and all the other animes. That was something that I kind of watched when I was younger, and I left back there, And I focused more on my love for American superheroes and stuff like that. But now, I've made the transition to manga, and I am loving it. Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, I'm loving it, but our time here is going to be short because SJWs are on the move. And I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, this is just Argentina. This is happening over there. It won't happen here. And I feel like that's a mentality that a lot of Americans have when it comes to anything, and that's become very apparent over the past year or so with everything that's going on in the world, that everyone here thinks that, oh, that's going on over there. It can't affect us. But I want you to know that these things don't happen overnight. Marvel Comics didn't get ruined overnight. Every superhero character didn't turn into a homosexual, raging, transgender lesbian overnight. This took baby steps. And this is a huge step. They've gotten Dragon Ball Super removed from an entire country. These are the same people who have no problem with WAP. They have no problem with Lil Nas X posing like he's pregnant on the front of his album cover, but they will remove Dragon Ball Super and cancel it from air for a little joke, a little scene that's basically kind of showing you why not to be a pervert. Because the same thing goes with Pepe Le Pew over here in America, who has recently gotten canceled, and it looks like Master Roshi is about to get the cancellation treatment as well. These characters were sexualized characters. These characters were perverts. But no one ever watched them and was like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to talk to women. They were more like lessons, like Johnny Bravo, for example. You watched it and you realized, yeah, I don't want to be a creep. I don't want to be like Pepe Le Pew. I don't want to be like Master Roshi when it comes to women. They never get the women anyway. They always get, slapped up, beat up, or something like that and turned down. And they're just a running joke. Every anime has kind of a perverted character as like a running joke or gag. Like My Hero Academia has Mineta. Naruto has Jiraiya, I believe his name is. Every anime has that character that's kind of a pervert, and it's just a running joke. It's harmless. Everyone knows that, that's not how you act towards women. And that lesson is learned over and over again in the show. But I really don't feel like that SJW's problem is with the fact that these characters are perverts and that they sexualize women. Their problem really is with the fact that they like women. They do not like straight male characters and their, love of women. They don't want men liking women. It has nothing to do with the perversion or the over-sexualization of it, because these same SJWs have no problem with cuties on Netflix. These same SJWs have no problem with Lil Nas X riding the devil's dick in the middle of a Rubik's or Roblox concert for kids. They don't care about that. And yes, you need to look into that. Lil Nas X does child concerts all the time on these little video games, Fortnite, Roblox, where he sings songs about riding the devil's dick and all that type of stuff. True story. But anyway, they have no problem with stuff like that, but yet they come over here to anime and they point out a character who's existed for longer than they've been alive, and then they make him a problem. And that's what's happened with Master Roshi. I don't think this is the end of it. You're going to start seeing Dragon Ball pulled from more areas. Master Roshi will probably fall to the back, if not just totally disappear from the future of Dragon Ball Super. I know that a lot of these manga creators and anime creators, they're a little bit more hesitant on being reactionary when it comes to social media backlash and things like that. But I'm telling you right now, they're putting the pressure on them. When you have whole entire countries canceling shows over a little scene, you got to believe that, this is going to put pressure on on the makers of these animes and mangas, and you're going to start seeing a watered down product. And that's what's happened with Marvel, it's happened with DC, and slowly but surely you're going to start seeing with anime and manga. So it's time to call it out early, people. We got to call this stuff out early before they come and ruin all of this stuff too, because it's only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time. But I do look forward to talking more about this, and I'm going to do a little more research and dive into this a little more deeper, and I will be back. And I will be back with a follow-up video, but in the time being, I gotta know, how do you all feel about this? Is this outrageous to you? Is this completely stupid? Or do you think Dragon Ball Super should be canceled off air? Let me know your opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, find some time out of your day to go watch a movie.